Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon Scarlet. Now you may go, wait, this isn't Pokemon Scarlet, it's Pokemon Violet. It is, but since we're, since I'm recording this as a part of Pokemon Scarlet, I decided to just do the intro that way. But yes, this is Pokemon Violet, my main file. This is the file that I had when I was playing, or I used when I was playing Pokemon with Kitsune originally. So I'm gonna show off our team. Oh, I gotta go heal. I'm gonna show off our team, and we're gonna show off a lot of Pokemon. This is just gonna be extra stuff. So if you're not really interested in the extra stuff, you may skip this episode. Now we'll see you. If you're just watching Pokemon, I'll see you when we get back to the DLC. Also, but there is a question I want to ask you before you go. Would you like to see me play the DLC with this save file or with our other save file? Or would you like to see like a back and forth type of thing? I don't know how I'll do that. So that one I'm not really I'm gonna like put that as like I might not be able to do that. But would you rather see us go through with Natsume or our trainer here? I forget how we bring up the trainer card. That's not you. That's how you bring up the appearances. But how do you bring up the trainer card? I forget. There we go. Okay. And that, I think if you remember watching the first episode, I did mention that, my character from this file did have that same hair that Natsume does. So I've changed this character's appearance a lot over time. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing the DLC done, which version would you like to see me play it in? Scarlet or Violet? Let me know. Let me know. But if you want to bounce out and don't want to see the rest of this, I appreciate you coming by. And I'll see you in the DLC. For everyone else who would love to see what's going on in this file, let's start with our team that I used. So this is my Bahamut, my Dragbolt named Bahamut, and I've had him basically since the beginning. I mean, essentially, like not from the beginning, but I did go out and catch him as soon as I found out he was in this game. So, and I'll show off moves next. This is our starter, Scarlet. I love it very much. And if you've noticed, I went with summons from Final Fantasy as the names. Ashura, our Palafin. Thor, our Iron Hands. Sylph, our Masquerada. And Carbuncle, our Sylveon. Now these are our moves. Now a lot of times I do switch up the moves to do terror rates. Sometimes I do find it more advantageous to switch my Pokemon to being a support Pokemon. because sometimes with trainers online, everyone wants to go for the kill instead of being like supporting the team and everything, making sure that everyone has buffs, and the Pokemon that we're going against has debuffs. So that's like the role I sometimes like to play, and I usually do that with Carbuncle or Bahamut. So those two are my utility Pokemon, where I either use them for the raw power that they have, or I use them to support the team. And it's funny because like Iron Hands wasn't originally on the team. Like that wasn't what I used when I went to the Pokemon League. I used our I use Palmy for most of the game, and I love Palmy. But I got introduced to Iron Hands, and I was like, Iron Hands is basically a better Palmy with better moves. And what's crazy is Iron Hands is even better than its original, the original Pokemon. So, the Paradox Pokemon are different versions of, like, future or past versions of the Pokemon that they're based on. So, Iron Hands is a future version of Hariyama. But what's interesting about Iron Hands is even better than Hariyama, because like it has a lot of the same stat distribution. I believe that's correct. I'm not sure, but what's interesting about it having that stat distribution is the fact that because it gets the electric typing, that opens its moveset even more than it originally did. And it allows Iron Hands to have way more coverage of types and everything than its normal regular counterpart. So that's what I find neat about Iron Hands, and which is why it's on the team. I know I sort of cycling around and riding around, but that's because I was, talking. Yeah. Also, I wanted to get some different scenery. We're going to be moving around a lot in this episode, because I don't want to just stay in one place and talk about Pokemon. Oh, wait, before we do that, I would like to show you... how do I bring that up? I always forget. Profile... Oh man, I completely forget how you do this. I want to show off the certificate, but I forgot how you did it. How you supposed to do it, because they told me to, and I... Oh, here we go. Here it is. Trainer Kyoumi, we hereby certify your achievements of completing the Pokedex. May this great feat be completed by all. Or celebrated by all, excuse me. Yeah, I'm so proud of myself because, for the longest time, I did not have the rest of the Paradox Pokemon that I needed. So, I didn't have the, the Paradox Pokemon that we catch in Scarlet. And then that I do, or now that I was able to get them, I was able to transfer them over here and get them in this game and have a complete Pokédex, along with the other Koraidon that we caught. I keep pressing the wrong button. Alright, so now we can go in our boxes and talk about these 4 Pokemon. So these 4 Pokemon are the, like, mythical Pokemon, or, yeah. 4 mythical Pokemon that you were able to catch in the game. They're all dark type with another type. So yeah, this is dark fire. This is dark ice. This is dark ground. And this is dark grass. But you might go, Champion Pow's level 100. One is my favorite of these 4, but something that I learned is that not only is this used in competitive, but I used it for the first time like before I learned any of this. One, it's fast and it hits hard, which is why its moveset looks like this. So you know, had to do it. But this is all our Paradox Pokemon. And I put them next to each other in such a way where, so if like, since we have 2 Dawn fans that are different, so we got the past one and the future one. I hate this thing, by the way. This is my least favorite Paradox Pokemon. Hydreigon, excuse me, is one of my favorite Dragon type Pokemon. It being Dragon Dark type was a very unique typing, especially because that was before Fairy existed. Like it would. Was it before Fairy existed? I forget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Dino was Generation 5, so yeah, before Fairy type existed. It had such a good typing for what it was, and I liked that it was a Hydra. You know what I mean? But they made it dark flying, and I'm like, you took everything that was special away from it. Like, it being dark type is cool, but now it's flying type. It has, like, sure, you could say like it has just as many weaknesses, but I would have figured if it was changing its type, it'd become like Dragon and Fairy or something. You know? I don't know. This typing change kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, Screamtail. I still think Screamtail is super cute, though. It's very gremlin. This is another one of my favorites, though. Iron Thorns. I mean, it's freaking futuristic Tyranitar, so, I mean, how can you get mad at it? His freaking Sandy Shocks. I still don't understand how this is prehistoric, but whatever. Fluttermane, which is also in the meta for competitive, excuse me. Iron Bundle, which is probably the best thing that has happened to Delibird in its life, getting a different typing and everything. That's kind of why I like when we do regional variants and stuff like that, because certain Pokemon that weren't as good do sometimes get good forms or like an evolution or something. And Iron Bundle definitely got better Definitely got better. Here's Slitherwing. And Iron Moth. I like Iron Moth more than I like Slitherwing, but Slitherwing's fine. I also trained this thing up to level 100. It's because I was using it in raids as well. Iron Valiant, because Iron Valiant is amazing. One of my favorite. Another one of my favorites. And of course, it's the counterpart to this thing, Roaring Moon. I'm excited to start using this and seeing what it can do. Iron Leaves. Walking Wake. I always call this thing Crashing Wake. I don't know why. Again, I'm not sure why the legendary beasts are dinosaurs. Maybe that's what they originally were. Because Raikou is going to be a Brontosaurus if you missed the last episode. And I'm not... Like, some people don't like it. I'm just confused. I don't... Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm just confused as to why. Also, again, I will reiterate my statement from before, but why aren't we making the fossil Pokemon Paradox Pokemon? They seem perfect for that. Our Koraidon. And our other Miraidon. Yeah. So we're gonna move around a little bit more. But yeah, I do think it's interesting that I do think it's interesting that they haven't decided to do anything with the fossil Pokemon, despite the fact that there's so much potential there. But again, we don't know what they're going to do. There's still more, they're going to do. And what's exciting is, at the end of the trailer for the DLC, they're like, oh, you go back to Area 0, into that area where you find, Iron Valiant and Roaring Moons, respectively, in each other game. And each of the games. And, like, there's going to be something there for us to find, which is really, really cool. I'm wondering... I kind of doubt that'll be the third legendary, if you know what I mean, like the big boss, because like, I mean, on one hand it would make sense, it would make sense that we haven't found it yet, and it's like a combination of the past and the future, like it's one of the... It's like that, right? That would make the most sense to me. But I feel like there would be some sort of storyline to that, though. So maybe we'll get, more narrative as we go when we do the DLC. Because again, nothing has been said. This is just, this is all speculation on my part. You know what I mean? Where's a good spot that we could go hang out in? I see Zapikoko, so let's go over there. And we'll talk about another set of Pokemon. again, I will reiterate my statement from before, but I really do love this game. I do love playing this game. You know, it is buggy. It is a little, you know, it doesn't run as well. It does have pop in, as you just saw. But it's a very solid game. I can't sit here and be like, oh man, because as much as I could complain about it, like there are worse games than this, and there have been games that were supposed like that do look better than this, but still aren't as good as this game when it comes to quality and what it does. So I don't know, man. All right, so let's show off another set of Pokemon. This is some Pokemon that I transferred in. Well, not all of them. Fuego is definitely a Pokemon I transferred in. This is from my Pokemon Sword playthrough. I love this Cinderace. It's so good. Got Rillaboom here. This is the Cinderace that you get from the Terrorate, and it has the mightiest mark on it, which in Sword and Shield would mean that it does, what does it do? I forget. I actually do forget. It does something. But in this game it means nothing. You can see some of these Pokemon have like clear Pokeballs. Those are Pokemon that came over from Pokemon Arceus. Because the Pokeballs that we use in the past are very like old, they would not be able to be used here. Although I would have suspected they would have just, you know, made them the Pokeball, the current Pokeballs. But it is what it is. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about legendaries and Pokemon that you can transfer in. So the Pokemon Presents, they talked about Mew and Mewtwo, and you can get yourself a Mew that you can train to go into the Terror Raids against Mewtwo. I have not done that yet. These are Pokemon that have come from other games. Basically being traded up from, I don't even know when. Platinum, maybe? Maybe before Platinum? Who knows? So I do have some Mew. I did catch a Mew in this game, didn't I? Or did I? I don't remember. This is one that was given through trade. I'm gonna trade mystery gift, and this is another one given through mystery gift. And they have Mewtwo. I forgot I called it the freaking Beast Ball too. Yukiko is my trainer from Generation 6. The richest person in the richest trainer in Kalos. Articuno. Idella. Yeah, so you can trade in Mew, Mewtwo, and the 3 legendary birds. For some reason you can't trade in the legendary beast, even though they're basically all three of them are going to be dinosaurs. So I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, you can trade in these guys though. Um, Also Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, yes, I do have 5 Rayquazas. And the shiny one, uh, I used in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire as well. So, yeah. Again, I hate that certain forms are locked to certain games because you can't have, origin form versions of Groudon or Kyogre. They can have their special moves, like you see Kyogre has Origin Pulse and Groudon has Precipice Blades and Rayquaza has Dragon Ascent, but it's not as special. Like they didn't really they don't have the special animations, but they do have like unique animations if you do use them. So they did still program these moves. Moving on over here to Generation 4. Meesprit, for all of those who aren't aware and have not played the original games, Meesprit is your freaking roaming legendary in the original games. So, yeah, fun. Dialga! Yes, one is named RVD, do not question. Yes, and one is also named Smackdown. Again, do not question. And this is the one that has the animate crystal, which turns it into this form. I believe it's supposed to be based on the statues from Diamond and Pearl, and but these are the forms that I kind of call the Almighty Sinnoh forms. Because I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Palkia. Oh, one more thing about Dialga that I have to mention. My Dialga. So when you trade in Pokemon, they don't get a lot of all their moves that they have. Sometimes their moves will go like they won't have them, but they will be in their remembering their moveset when if you go to remember them. However, not all of the moves will be there. Especially moves that you might have already had on them, that are their special moves. So like Origin Pulse and Precipice Blaze, I had to go into like the move reminder section. So I had to go into not press Y, but go to remember moves and go through and find them, which is even interesting. What's interesting though about Dialga and Palkia though is Dialga was able to have Roar of Time, and I think that's because it's level 100. However, we come down here to the Palkia that I chose to have its Almighty Sinnoh form. It does not have Spatial Rend, which is its special move, and it's level 78. So I'm guessing that it can't learn it until it becomes level 100. I don't know why that is, because it was able to have Spatial Rend even as low as level what's this? Level 47. So I don't know what that's about. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal because you can grind for experience candies and just get it up to level 100, but I just thought that was interesting. I have a bunch of heat trans, but I have two shiny ones. Now, for some reason, this one, I believe, is like can't be used because maybe its data is corrupted. I don't know what happened. But this one was given to me through an event that happened, and this one I caught. I believe, yeah, I caught this one. So, now, they did take a lot of moves out. Mostly because some of the moves may, you know, require extra animation, whatever, which does make a lot of sense. Also to kind of streamline and the moves and takes the moves and kind of like either combine them with other moves or make other moves just better. But if your Pokemon is to have a special move and it doesn't, check its level move pool level up for this game, and you might be able to find it, because it might actually learn it, you know, later. We're going towards like the icy mountain, but I don't want to go that way. Let us let's come over here. Or not. Yeah, well, I want to come over to Cortondo. Hang around here a little bit. Oh, we can hang out in town. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, because we didn't spend a lot of time here originally. So you're already familiar with Garantina. And I do have the item that makes it the Serpentine form, but I have that for the one that we used in as our honorary team member. Now, something interesting that I found that's interesting to me. Cresselia is available to use to transfer over, but not Darkrai. So I thought that was strange because these two kind of come as a package deal in reality. So I thought it's a bit strange. It's a bit strange, you know. Nothing bad or anything, just strange. We have our Arceus. These two have gotten a trade, I believe, a long time ago. This one was a gift. So the fairy one, these are the moves I have for it. Psychic one has these moves, or dragon. And I didn't give any moves to the psychic one yet. We have a Hoopa over here. Hoopa's definitely one of those weird Pokemon that I did like. I do like Hoopa. Hoopa's a pretty cool Pokemon. But just kind of there. And again, it's just one of those Pokemon like I really enjoy its look, enjoy its gimmick and everything, but I do kind of wish there was more to it than what it is. But yeah. Don't need this. Buttress. Landorus. And Enamorus. Enamorus is the new one that they added in Legends Arceus, which I found very interesting. We have Diancie. And Margiana. And Volcanion. This Pokemon. It is the first fire water type Pokemon. And it's cool. It just doesn't. There's a lot of Pokemon that you're seeing that like just kind of exist for the sake of existing. Volcanion fits the bill of existing for the sake of existing. Then we have the legendaries from Sword and Shield, so Zamazenta. I gave the rest of Shield to this one. I'm working on its moves. So, yeah. Zacian. This is the one, the shiny one that they had going for a while, and I gave this one the sword. But this is the one I had in the game, though. This is one I caught, and my character was named Delma in that game. And freaking Eternus, the, you know, freaking broken Pokemon. Regieleki, one of the new Reggie's. Blah, can't talk. And freaking Reggie Draco. And yes, Reggie Draco has better moves than Regieleki. I don't know why that is. Articuno from the DLC. Like these Pokemon, these guys are from the DLC of Sword and Shield. Here's freaking Calyrex. I have to ask a question. Does anyone actually like this Pokemon? Like, it's not a bad Pokemon by any stretch of the imagination, but like, was anyone like surprised or hyped to see it? Like at first it was like, oh man, this Pokemon must be cool, and then like it has this whole story about its steed, which is, you know, one of the two horses that that are exclusive to the version you're playing. But I was like, eh. It's nice that, you know, its gimmick is that it's a combo Pokemon. But beside that, I don't really have anything really neat much to say about it. I mean, these guys were more exciting than that, and then of course it was super exciting to get these two. Have we come up to the end? Is that it? Yeah, that might be it. These are the Pokemon, some of the starters you can get in the game as well. Oh, yeah, here we go. Chinese. Caught this shiny Meryl one day. It was really cool. I was not expecting to catch a shiny Meryl. Shiny Dusadai. This is my shiny Salamence from Pokemon Go. Love it. Shiny Altaria from Pokemon Go. Shiny Pikachu from... I don't remember, actually. Or maybe I caught a... No, I didn't catch him in this game. Did I? No. Shiny Buizel from Legends Arceus. Also Shiny Stunky. Shiny Drifloon from Platinum. Shiny Gyarados because you know where this is from. I shouldn't have to tell you. Shiny Spiritomb. Shiny Gengar from Go. Shiny Leo that I caught in this game. This is Paul, the previous champion of the Pokemon Worlds, I think, or something like that. This is his Arcanine. It's cool. Yeah, that's about oh, I said that's about it, but I found more stuff to talk about. So you can transfer in the regional variant from the regional variants from Legend Arceus. So, Braviary, Ursaluna, which is in the meta for competitive, Overquill. I was very happy to see this thing because I was like, oh man. Cleaver, Sneasler, Sneasel, Zork, which you can actually get this Pokemon in this game. Like, there's a code that they give you in the game when the game first came out. Gudra, Sliggoo, our Voltorb, which I tried to breed and couldn't get this one, so I was very sad. Arcanine, and Basculin. I haven't caught. I don't think I did. Was able to catch Basculegion, but I shall figure out how to get it. It won't be that hard. Also, the different Rotoms you're able to get as well. However, I traded these in and they did not come with their special moves. I mean, they did not have their special moves, which was weird because I had them have their special moves. So in order to do that, you have to like revert them back to regular Rotom and then transfer them back into the Rotom that you want them to be in order for them to get their moves. So of course, like Air Rotom gets Air Slash, Oven Rotom gets Overheat, Wash Rotom gets Hydro Pump, Fridge Rotom gets Blizzard, and Mower Rotom gets Leaf Storm. None of these really take advantage of what like Blizzard's very good because, you know, Rotom's a very special attacker, so it makes sense. And Hydro Pump. But like Overheat is kind of a bit of a risk because you are going to be using more special moves than physical moves. Air Slash is also physical, if I remember correctly. No, it's special. Okay. So like, Mower Rotom has the one move that's like weird because Leaf Storm is physical. No, it's also special. Huh. Oh, never mind. I'm just speaking out my behind then. However, they cannot learn any more moves of that secondary type, despite being that type. It's very strange. I don't know why it's like that. But yeah. Well, it can only learn the rest of the moves that it would get as a normal Rotom. Galarian Slowbro and Slowpoke. Yeah, some of these Pokemon you see down here are Pokemon that I had to had to get for my Pokemon, my Pokédex. Blah, blah. I'm just going through, showing some Pokemon that I caught. Um. Oh, I suppose I didn't go over this, but I can go over it now. While we make our way back to school. But how to get the 4 mythical Pokemon in this game? There are stakes all over this the Paldea region, and they correspond to each of the doors that each of the legendaries are behind, and each one of those doors are different colors. They're all like, there's 16, I believe, like 16 of each. I'm pretty sure that's it. It's either 16 or 8, I forget. One of those. Well, once you find all of them, then the seal is broken, and then you can go and encounter the legendary corresponding to the stakes that you pulled out. I can't. I got there eventually. They're tough battles. They're very tough battles. The main reason why I'm not gonna do it in the campaign, like the main campaign, is because it's just a bunch of going around and getting like the stakes and stuff. It wouldn't really be that interesting. So I decided just to talk about it. But I would highly recommend, if you wanted to go and do it, you know, get yourself a map and just go out and do it. It's good. It's fun. Again, the one I highly recommend is Chunpao. Chunpao and the fish one. They're both in competitive. So if you care about competitive, that's what I recommend. I don't know if I have anything else to say. We basically talked about everything I wanted to talk about when it comes to our, you know, other Pokemon I have in here and everything. So yeah, the next time that we will be doing Pokemon will be when the DLC comes out. And that shall be a glorious day. So I'm excited for that to happen, and I'm excited to record that for you guys. Again, make sure you let me know which version would you like me to play when we go to when we do the DLC. Alright. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. If you have any sort of, you know, monetary, like any money or anything, don't send it to me today. Make sure you go over and support the people in Hawaii that suffered from the wildfires. We definitely want to give them all our love and support. I love you all. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.